Hey y'all, it's Bowen, the Rooted Dietitian. Welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about 5 ways you can stock your pantry to help boost your health and immune system this winter. The intention of this video is to inspire you to make a list of things you may need for your pantry and go out and obtain them so you have them ready to go when you or your family need them the most. Remember, healthy food is only beneficial if we actually consume it. Having a well-stocked pantry can help make consuming these foods easier and more realistic. Everything in the video is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice. Let's dive into these nourishing foods. Number 1 is bone broth. Of course, y'all knew I would include this. Bone broth can be purchased pre-made or you can make it yourself. If you plan to make your own, be sure to stock your freezer with beef or chicken bones. I will put a link in the description box below for a written recipe on my blog. Stay tuned because I plan to have an in-depth video tutorial on both chicken and beef bone broth for those of you who like to learn visually. It'll be coming out in the next few months. If you follow my written recipe, you will know that I like to include carrots, celery, onions, bay leaves, garlic, and black pepper. These all add both nutrition and flavor to the bone broth. Make sure to stock up and have them on hand so that all you have to do is toss them in the Instant Pot and push a few buttons. So what's the deal with bone broth? Why am I always talking about it? Well, bone broth has a unique nutrient profile. It has high amounts of beneficial amino acids. One of the beneficial amino acids is glutamine. Glutamine helps maintain a healthy gut mucosa. The gut is where the immune system really starts. Our gut health plays a big role in immune health. It also contains the amino acids glycine and arginine, which have anti-inflammatory properties. Not to mention that bone broth is a source of electrolytes and minerals. Number 2 is vitamin C rich foods. Vitamin C is a heat-sensitive vitamin. So in other words, when you cook foods that contain vitamin C, the vitamin C levels will decrease with cooking. Including some raw fruits and vegetables will ensure you get a potent dose of vitamin C. Thankfully, many fall and winter fruits contain vitamin C. Pears, apples, and oranges to name a few. Oranges, of course, have the highest amount of vitamin C. Another fun way to make sure you have a steady supply of vitamin C this winter is by growing your own lettuces and other leafy greens. All of these do pretty well in pots and can be grown in small spaces. A shelf-stable vitamin C source is camu powder. This is a very potent dose of vitamin C, very high in vitamin C. It can be added to smoothies or mixed into juices. It has a bitter flavor, so you definitely want to mix it in with something. We have mixed it into our gummies and enjoy it that way. Number 3 is zinc. Zinc plays an important role in immune health and fighting off illness. Oysters are an excellent source of zinc. They have a shelf life of about 5 years, so they are an easy food to keep on hand. Lentils and beef are other high sources of zinc. For example, you could heat up some bone broth and cook your red lentil pasta in the bone broth, making a really easy and simple soup. Number 4 is Manuka honey. Manuka honey is a unique type of honey that comes from New Zealand. Bees that produce Manuka honey collect nectar from the Manuka bush. It is predominantly Manuka honey or Leptospermum scoparium that is documented in studies for its antibacterial properties. If you buy Manuka honey, make sure to buy from a reputable source. Most legitimate Manuka honey is independently tested to the standards set by the New Zealand government in order to be called New Zealand Manuka honey. There is a seal for this. The particular brand I chose to use has a trust QR code on the top that allows me to scan the bottle and check the authentication certificates. The MGO or methyl glyoxyl level ratings you see on the front let you know the levels of antibacterial activity. This is one of the several qualities that make Manuka honey antibacterial. A higher MgO count means that there is a higher level of antibacterial properties. The literature I found does not specifically talk about MgO levels, but I did some digging on Manuka Honey Company's websites. They all may vary slightly, but typically an MgO rating of around 30 is considered a daily use honey and is also multifloral. This means that the bees feed from Manuka, but also other types of bushes, so MgO content is lower. Anything above 100 MgOs is considered to be monofloral, which means the bees have predominantly fed on the Manuka bush, but are still eating at other bushes. The higher the MgO rating, the more likely the bees have fed predominantly or exclusively on the Manuka bush, leading to higher levels of antibacterial activity. There's a lot of details about this on the individual Manuka honey websites you can read about. While local or other raw honey can have antibacterial qualities, it's more unpredictable. However, I am by no means saying that it is not beneficial. I'm just trying to highlight a unique type of honey in this video. If you consume honey, always remember that it does contain complex carbohydrates and elevates the blood sugar, so just plan accordingly with how your doctor or RD has suggested you to eat for your unique body. Honey is never suitable for infants under the age of 1 year due to the risk of botulism. Last but not least is number 5, spices in bulk. Dried ginger, star anise, and clove are a few I like to keep on hand for making homemade teas. You can mix these spices into Rubius or other tea of your choice, or you can simply steep them on their own in hot water. I often use fresh ginger if I have it. After steeping the spices, just add a little bit of honey and some lemon to make a soothing drink. Spices on their own contain antioxidants. You could also add black peppercorns or cinnamon sticks to the mix to increase the warmth or heat of the tea. Warming spices like ginger, black pepper, and cinnamon literally warm you up and increase blood circulation. This can be a comforting feeling when you're feeling under the weather. I get this dried ginger from Azure Standard. I find it's really nice to have on hand when I run out of fresh ginger. If you're wondering, I usually do not grind the spices. I just steep them for 20 to 30 minutes in the water, but you could definitely grind them if you want to. To help support this channel, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. From my kitchen to yours, I wish you the best of health for years to come.